ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयामुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरतुसे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So, I welcome all of you for today's discussion on Srimad Bhagavatam. So, before we begin to recite Srimad Bhagavatam, I would like to seek blessings of all the Vaishnavas, especially senior Vaishnavas like His Grace Ram Ranjan Prabhu, senior Prabhupada disciple, and all the other senior Vaishnavas. Hare Krishna. So, today we are discussing from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, chapter 68, the marriage of Samba. Samba is one of the son of Lord Krishna from his one of prominent queen Jamvati. So first we'll read this brief description chapter summary of this chapter, and then we'll proceed to verse number first. So chapter 68, the marriage of Samba. This chapter describes how the Kauravas captured Samba and how Lord Baladev dragged the city of Hastinapur to secure his release. Samba, the darling son of Jamvati, kidnapped Duryodhana's daughter Lakshmana from her Swayamvar assembly. In response, the Kauravas joined forces to arrest him. After Samba held them off single-handedly for some time, 6 warriors of the Kaurava party deprived him of his chariot, broke his bow to pieces, seized him, tied him up, and brought both him and Lakshmana back to Hastinapur. When King Ugrasen heard of Samba's capture, he called upon the Yadavas to retaliate. Angered, they prepared to fight, but Lord Balaram pacified them, hoping to avoid a quarrel between the Kuru and Yadu dynasties. The Lord set off for Hastinapur together with several Brahmanas and Yadav elders. The party of Yadavas set up camp in a garden outside the city, and Lord Balaram sent Uddhava to ascertain King Dhritarashtra's frame of mind. When Uddhava appeared in the Kaurav court and announced Lord Balaram's arrival, the Kauravas worshipped Uddhava and went to see the Lord, taking auspicious items to offer him. The Kauravas honored Balaram with rituals and items of respect. But when he conveyed Ugrasena's demand that they release Samba, they became angry. It is very amazing, they said, that the Yadavas are trying to give orders to the Kauravas. This is like a shoe trying to climb atop one's head. It is from us alone that the Yadavas have obtained their royal thrones, and yet now they are presuming themselves our equals. No longer will we extend to them royal privileges. Having said this, the Kaurava nobles went inside their city, and Lord Baladev decided that the only way to deal with those who are maddened by false prestige is through brute punishment. Thus he took his plough weapon and, intending to rid the earth of all the Kurus, began dragging Hastinapur toward the Ganges. Seeing that their city was in imminent danger of falling into the river, the terrified Kauravas quickly brought Samba and Lakshmana before Lord Balaram and began to glorify him. Then they prayed, "O Lord, please forgive us, who were so ignorant of your true identity." Baladev assured the Kauravas he would not harm them, and Duryodhana presented various wedding gifts to his daughter and new son-in-law. Then Duryodhana, extending his greetings to the Yadavas, requested Lord Baladev to return to Dwarka with Samba and Lakshmana. This is the summary of this chapter. So now we'll recite text 1. Sri Sukha Uvacha Duryodhana Sutam Rajan Duryodhana Sutam Rajan Lakshmanam Samitim Jaya Lakshmanam Samitim Jaya Swayamvaristham Harat Swayamvaristham Harat Sambo Jamvati Sutta Sambo Jamvati Sutta Sri Sukha Uvacha Duryodhana Sutam Rajan Lakshmanam Samitim Jaya Swayamvaristham Harat Sambo Jamvati Sutta. ये इंग्लिश लाइए ना इंग्लिश श्री सुक उवाच Sri Sukha Uvacha Duryodhana Sutam Rajan Lakshmanam Samitim Jaya Swayamvarastham Rahat Sambho Jamavati Suta Sri Sukha Uvacha Duryodhana Sutam Rajan Mataji's. Word to word meaning, translation and purport by His Divine Grace, by disciples of Srila Prabhupada. Word to word meaning. Sri Sukha Uvacha. Sukdev Goswami said, Duryodhana Sutam, the daughter of Duryodhana. Rajan, O King, Parikshit. Lakshmanam, named Lakshmana. Samitim Jaya, victorious in battle. Swayamvara, in her Swayamvar ceremony. Istham, situated. Aharat, stole. Samba, Samba. Jamavati Sutta, the son of Jamavati. Translation. Sukdev Goswami said, O King, Jamvati's son Samba, ever victorious in battle, kidnapped Duryodhana's daughter Lakshmana from her Swayamvar ceremony. Purport. In Krishna, Srila Prabhupada explains this event as follows. Duryodhana, the son of Dhritarashtra, had a marriageable daughter by the name of Lakshmana. She was a very highly qualified girl of the Kuru dynasty, and many princes wanted to marry her. In such cases, the Swayamvar ceremony is held so that the girl may select her husband according to her own choice. In Lakshmana's Swayamvar assembly, when the girl was to select her husband, Samba appeared. He was the son of Krishna by Jamvati, one of the chief wives of Lord Krishna. This son Samba is so named because, being a very bad child, he always lived close to his mother. The name Samba indicates that this son was very much his mother's pet. Amba means mother and Sa means with. So this special name was given to him because he always remained with his mother. He was also known as Jamvati Sutta for the same reason. As previously explained, all the sons of Krishna were as qualified as their great father, Lord Krishna. Samba wanted the daughter of Duryodhana Lakshmana, although she was not inclined to have him. Therefore, Samba kidnapped Lakshmana by force from the Swayamvar ceremony. Hare Krishna. So, this chapter 68 is in continuation with chapter 67, which we were hearing from last few days. That is, Balaram slays Dvida gorilla. So, in these chapters, Srila Sukdev Goswami is glorifying the activities of Lord Balaram, so that we may not commit the same mistake which had been done by some other devotees of Lord Rama, Lord Krishna, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who showed disrespect towards Lakshman, Balaram, or Nityanand Prabhu. And pointing out to this and what was the result of this. So, Sri Sukdev Goswami is very mercifully explaining these pastimes where the transcendental glories of Lord Balaram is manifesting. So specifically this chapter, the marriage of Samba. So till the end we'll understand, or we briefly read the summary of the chapter. So Lord Balaram, glories, transcendental glories are being explained here. So Lord Balaram is none other than Krishna himself. And that has been explained by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami very nicely in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So first I would like to take some of the verses from Chaitanya Charitamrita which explains the glorious position of Lord Balaram, which is the essence of this chapter, the marriage of Samba, and then we'll discuss regarding this first verse also. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in the 5th chapter, the glories of Lord Nityanand Balaram, he explains, Sarvavatari Krishna Swayam Bhagavan Tahara Dvitiya Deha Shri Balaram. So Krishna is known as Swayam Rupa Bhagavan. Ete Chams Kala Pumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. This word Swayam indicates that Krishna has no other cause. Krishna is himself God. He has no other source from whom he has expanded. So this Swayam. So just like Krishna is Swayam Rupa. Swayam Rupa means the 100% features of the absolute truth are present in the personality of Swayam Rupa. And then that same Swayam Rupa, his second expansion, Tahara Dvitiya Deha Shri Balaram. And that is known as Swarupa. Swayam Prakash. Lord Baladev is known as Swayam Prakash. Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam. So Lord Nityananda or Balaram is Swarupa of Lord Krishna. So being Swarupa of Lord Krishna, he is non-different from Krishna. He also has all the transcendental qualities which Krishna has. Means all the 64 qualities are present in Lord Balaram also. He is also Sad Aishwarya Paripurna in unlimited degree, full in 6 opulences which Krishna has. That is why Srila Prabhupada says in one lecture that Balaram is white Krishna and Krishna is black Balaram. Just to point out that there is no difference between Lord Krishna and Lord Balaram. So although there is no difference between Krishna and Balaram, but still Lord Balaram, because he is Swarupa of the Swayam Rupa, Swarupa, manifestation of Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he has this transcendental attitude of being servant of the Supreme Lord Krishna eternally. So he has this transcendental attitude. And in that transcendental attitude, he relishes the devotional service to Lord Krishna. And that is why, because he is Ananta, one of the name of Lord Balaram is Ananta. Ananta means who serves Krishna in unlimited ways, in unlimited degree. So that is why his name is Ananta. So he serves Krishna specifically in 5 features, which will be explained later. So here Sri Balaram is also the Sachidananda Vigraha, as good as Lord Krishna. Ekai Swarupa Dohe Bhinna Matra Kai Adya Kai Vyu Krishna Leela Rasahai. These two are one and the same identity. Ekai Swarupa Dohe Bhinna Matra Kai. Only the bodily features are different. Balaram is golden complexion, Gauranga, Gaurvan, and Krishna is blackish complexion. That's all. Adya Kaya View. And he assists in Lord Krishna's transcendental pastimes. Krishna Leela Rasahai. Sei Krishna Navadvipe Sri Chaitanya Chandra Sei Balarama Sangye Sri Nityananda. The same Krishna appeared as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and the same Balaram appears as Nityanand Prabhu in Navadvip. Then next text 7, he explains the 5 different features assumed by Lord Balaram to serve Krishna. Sankarshna Karanato Yasai Garbho Dasai Chapayobdhisai Sesasya Yasyam Shakalasa Nityanandakhya Ramah Saranam Mamastu. May Sri Nityananda Rama be the object of my constant remembrance. Sankarshan, Seshanag and the Vishnu who lie on the Karan ocean, Garbha ocean and ocean of milk are his plenary portions and the portions of his plenary. portions. Shri Balaram Gosai Mula Sankarshan Pancharupa Dhari Karena Krishna Rasevan. Shri Balaram Gosai, Shri Baladev, is also known as Mula Sankarshan. From this Mula Sankarshan comes Narayana in Vaikuntha, who maintains the entire Vaikuntha planets. The same Narayana, he expands himself into unlimited Vishnu Murtis in Vaikuntha Loka, and that same Narayana is none other than the personal expansion of Mula Sankarshan, known as Balaram. So Lord Balaram is known as Mula Sankarshan. Sankarshan means the attracting deity. Prabhupada ji, in one of the purposeful Prabhupada writes the meaning of Sankarshan, the attracting deity, who attracts even Lord Krishna also, and who attracts all the living entities towards Krishna. That's why he becomes the original Guru via media between the Supreme Lord Krishna and the living entities. That is why any living entity, if he wants at all to become devoted to Krishna, he must go through Lord Nityananda or Lord Balaram. He cannot bypass. And if somebody bypasses, and even if he gets the mercy of Lord Krishna, still he will fall down in due course. Apane kare na Krishna lila rasahaya, srishti lila kare kare dhari charikaya. He himself helps in the pastimes of Lord Krishna, and he does the work of creation in 4 other forms. So Lord Balaram, he constantly lives with the Supreme Lord Krishna, in whichever forms it comes, Lord Krishna comes, and he assists him in his transcendental pastimes in various ways. And for Srishti Leela also, he expands himself in 4 forms. Which are those 4 forms? Rather 5 forms, if we consider the Vaikuntha planets also. So first one is Narayana. He expands himself as Narayana, and Narayana further expands in unlimited Vishnu Murtis to maintain Vaikuntha Lokas. Those are known as Narayana forms only. And the same Narayana then expands himself as Karanodakshaya Vishnu, Sirodakshaya Vishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu and Sirodakshaya Vishnu. These 3 Vishnus who create these material universes, and then Garbhodakshaya Vishnu becomes the maintainer or super soul of each and every individual Brahmanda, and then Sirodakshaya Vishnu becomes the super soul of each and every living entity and each and every elements of this material universes. And then he also takes incarnation as Anantashes to become Sayyasana for Lord Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. And one of the important service or feature of Lord Ananta is, with his thousands of mouths, he is constantly singing the glories of Lord Krishna with his thousands of mouths. So this is how Lord Balaram serves. Shrishti Adik Sevatar Agyara Palan Sesa Rupe Kare Krishner Vivida Sevan. He executes the orders of Lord Krishna in the work of creation, and in the form of Lord Sesa, he serves Krishna in various ways. Sarva Rupaya Swadaya Krishna Sevanan Sei Balaram Gaura Sange Nityanan. In all the forms, he tastes the transcendental bliss of serving Krishna. That same Balaram is Lord Nityananda, the companion of Lord Gaura Sundar. So in this way, in these few verses, we discussed, and then Kaviraj Goswami will explain all these different subject matter throughout this chapter. It's a very nice, important chapter to know. And in this way, Lord Balaram helps. This is the glorious position of Lord Balaram, who appears in so many different forms, so many different ways, just to serve Krishna and assist Krishna in his different pastimes. So that is why, without the mercy of Lord Balaram, nobody can progress in devotional service. Keeping this in mind, Sukdev Goswami here narrates these pastimes, specifically the previous chapter, killing of Divada gorilla. So as we know, he was a devoted servant of Lord Ramchandra, but because he had disrespected Lakshman, and because of this disrespect only, he became an asura. And he fell down. He was forced to associate with Narakasur. Narakasur was also, he is actually the son of Varahadev. directly the son of Varhadev, but still he also came in contact with some of his Asuric friends and he also fell down. And that same Narakasura also gave association to this Duvit gorilla, and he also became Asura, and later he committed offenses against Lord Balaram, and just to purify him, Lord Balaram, he killed him so that he may again become situated in eternal service of Lord Krishna. So that is the mercy of Lord Nityanand Prabhu, Lord Balaram. And another example we also hear from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. When Meenaketan Ramadas, he was invited in the home of Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami for Sankirtan. So he was also disrespected by one of the pujari there, and he cursed him. He became angry and just he left the assembly. So then the elder brother of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he was not in favor of this incident. So Kaviraj Goswami tried to explain him that Meenaketan Ramdas is eternal associate of Lord Nityananda. And hearing this, this brother of Kaviraj Goswami, he started disrespecting Lord Nityananda also. So there, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he explains him that if you accept Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but if you do not accept Nityanand Prabhu, that is like Ardha Kukut Nyaya. It is better to become atheist. It is better you not accept anyone than to accept one and reject another. And simply because of this good quality of Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, because he chastised his brother for becoming disrespectful towards Nityanand Prabhu, Lord Nityanand Prabhu became very merciful upon him, and in the night, in the dream, he comes and gives his wonderful darshan of Lord Balaram with his cowherd associates. And there Nityanand Prabhu gives his blessings to Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami and instructs him that you go to Vrindavan. Hare Hare Krishnadas na karah bhai. Vrindavana yaha tumi sarva labhya hai. You go to Vrindavan, you do not become fearful. You go to Vrindavan, there you will achieve all the perfection. There you will achieve all the perfections for serving your Supreme Lord Krishna. So following the order of Nityanand Prabhu, Kaviraj Goswami goes to Vrindavan, and then there he finds the association of Rup Sanatan Goswami, specifically Raghunath Das Goswami, and he writes Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, this Granth. So this is also another instance where we find one who became disrespectful for the position of Lord Nityananda. So he became destroyed. Kaviraj Goswami writes, because my brother, he was disrespectful for Nityananda Prabhu, towards Nityananda Prabhu, that is why he got destroyed. And although I am so fallen, but because simply I tried to stop him from disrespecting Nityanand Prabhu, so Nityanand Prabhu became so merciful upon me, and he gave me mercy, and I got this three prominent deities of Vrindavan. So by the mercy of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami writes, by the mercy of Nityanand Prabhu, I got the shelter of Sad Goswamis, I got the shelter of Madan Mohan, Govind Dev Ji and Gopinath there. So in this way, simply by respecting Lord Balaram, Lord Nityananda, one makes a spiritual advancement, and by disrespecting him, one destroys all his spiritual progress. And how we can respect Lord Balaram? Simply by hearing his transcendental activities and appreciating and accepting his activities. Just like Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when Nityanand Prabhu came to Navadip, so introducing Nityanand Prabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained the glorious position of Lord Nityanand Prabhu, because activities of Lord Nityanand Prabhu cannot be understood even by the devotees also. That is why his name is Avadhuta. He is Avadhuta. So she is like completely mad in love of Krishna. So his activities were very abnormal kind of activities he used to perform. So that is why Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu performed this very wonderful pastime, Vyas Puja ceremony of Lord Nityananda, in which Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally worshipped Lord Nityananda and instructed all of his devotees that if you worship Lord Nityananda Prabhu and glorify him, then I will be pleased and you can easily attain Krishna consciousness. So this is the effect. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally established this fact that even if we are unable to understand activities, some of the activities of Lord Balaram, Lord Nityananda, still we should accept those, release those activities and glorify him. And by doing this only we can attain the mercy of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Like some of the activities of Lord Balaram when he went to Naimisharanya. So that Rom Harshan Sutta, he did not got up from the Vyasasana, and that is why Lord Balaram became angry and he killed him. So sometimes people they think that so just for not giving some respect and this heavy punishment was given. So they sometimes they blame Lord Balaram for this activity, but actually we should understand Lord Balaram being Adi Guru, or he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is establishing the principles there that one cannot make spiritual advancement without the mercy of the spiritual master. So that is why he killed Rom Harshana Sutta. And anyone who disrespects these pastimes of the Lord, their spiritual advancement is hampered. So in this way, the glorious position of Lord Balaram is mentioned. When Jiva Goswami, there is another instance, Jiva Goswami, how he got the mercy of Nityanand Prabhu. So although when Jiva Goswami was a small child, so along with Rup Sanatan Goswami, he also got the darshan of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Ramkeli Gram, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came there. And Jiva Goswami was personally favored by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally gave shelter unto his lotus feet, and he also told him that soon you will get the association of great exalted Vaishnavas in Vrindavan. But still, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed him that as you complete your education, you go to Lord Nityanand Prabhu and take his blessings, and then you can come to Vrindavan Dham. So that is why, following the order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after completing his studies of the Shastra, Jiva Goswami goes to Navdeep Dham from Chandrapur or Chandradweep, I think. He goes to Navdeep Dham and meets Nityanand Prabhu there, and on the request of Jiva Goswami, Nityanand Prabhu personally performs Navdeep Mandal Parikrama, which is going on right now. So this parikrama was first started by Lord Nityanand Prabhu himself, along with Jiva Goswami, Vamshi Vadananand Prabhu, Shivas Thakur and few other associates. But main was Jiva Goswami. So there, when Srila Jiva Goswami meets Nityanand Prabhu, he glorifies Nityanand Prabhu in this manner. Vishwarupa Vishwadhama Tumi Balaram Ami Jiva Ki Bhajane Tava Gunagram. O Lord, you are the form of the universe, the abode of the universe, and directly Sri Balaram. What do I know of your noble virtues? That you are directly Vishwarupa Vishwadham. You hold the entire universes on your form, as Anant says, on your hood. And it is explained in Bhagavatam that each and every universes are resting on the hood of Lord. Anant says, but he does not know where the universes are held. So that is the glorious position of Lord Balaram. Tumi mora Prabhu nityami tavadas, tomara charana chhaya ekamatras. You are my eternal master, and I am your eternal servant. Your lotus feet, shade of your lotus feet are my only asa, my only hope. Tumi jare kar daya se anaya se, Sri Chaitanya pada paye prema jale bhase. One who receives your mercy can easily attain Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet and become immersed in nectar like prema. And that happened to Sri Raghunath Das Goswami also. So that's why Jiva Goswami, here he says, so if you become merciful upon somebody, immediately he can get shelter unto the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Tomara karuna bina gaura nahi paye, sat janma bhaje yadi gauranga hiyaye. Even if someone worships Sri Gauranga in his heart for hundreds of births, without your mercy he will not be able to attain Sriman Mahaprabhu. Even if somebody is very devoted servant of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, following all the teachings given by him, but still if he rejects or disrespects Nityananda Balaram, then he cannot attain the shelter of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. On the other hand, even if somebody is unable to follow the complete teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which is our condition, at least my condition, which is my condition, because according to calculation of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as Srila Bhaktivedanta Swati Thakur explains, if somebody doesn't chant 1 lakh names every day, according to the calculation of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is a fallen person. He is not fit to offer worship to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu cannot accept even a drop of water from the hand of a person who does not chant 1 lakh name every day. So what is the hope? The hope is through Nityananda Prabhu and then through Srila Prabhupada. Through Srila Prabhupada, following, remaining under the shelter of Srila Prabhupada, when we worship Gaur Nityananda Prabhu, then we can expect that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu becomes merciful upon us. गौर दंड करे यदि तुम्ही रक्षा कर, तुम्ही जारे दंड करा गौर तार पर. If Sri Gaur Hari wishes to punish someone, you can protect him. But if you punish someone, Sriman Mahaprabhu will never protect that person. The example is Kala Krishna Das. He was rejected by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but he took shelter of Nityananda Prabhu, and Nityananda Prabhu again engaged him in the service of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has to accept him. So this is one example of Mahaprabhu may reject somebody, but if Nityananda Prabhu is merciful, he will be saved by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the example of Jagai Madhai also teaches us the same lesson. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was fully determined, although he took the vow that in this incarnation I will not use chakra. I will not kill the person, but I will only kill his demonic activities, demonic mentality. But still, when Jagai Madhai, they offended Lord Nityananda Prabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was ready to break his promise. And he came and invoked Sudarshan Chakra. And even though Jagai Madhai, they were pleading like anything, but still Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was not considering, was not becoming merciful. So then Nityananda Prabhu has to come in front, and when Nityananda Prabhu informed that when Madhai was hurting me, at that time Jagai, he was trying to stop him. So when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard this good quality of Jagai, that he was trying to protect Nityananda Prabhu, so Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became merciful upon Jagai. And then finally, when Madhai also took shelter of Sri Nityananda Prabhu's lotus feet and he forgave him, then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave mercy to Jagai and Madhai both. So this is also the incident where we find by the mercy of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, one can attain shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. अतएव प्रभु तव चरण कमले लाइनु शरण में सुकृतिर बले तुमि कृपा करी मोरे देहानुमति श्री गौर दर्शन पाए गौर हौरति. So please you become merciful upon me so that I may develop some attraction for the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in this way, this is the sum and substance of these chapters which are going on now in Bhagavatam classes, to understand the glorious position of Lord Balaram and to never ever become disrespectful, or devotees never they become disrespectful, but we may become neutral also. So we should not even become neutral towards Lord Nityananda Prabhu. And the meaning is because Lord Balaram, he is Adi Guru, the original spiritual master. So taking shelter of him means in his line respecting all the Guru Parampara, all the previous acharyas. And specifically for us, we should be, whatever activity, devotional service we perform, that must fall or that must come in the line of or must match with the teachings of Srila Prabhupada. And whatever services we offer to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityanand Prabhu, Lord Krishna, that should be offered through Srila Prabhupada. That is the meaning, and that is how we can show proper respect to Nityanand Prabhu. Or if we serve the Supreme Lord, but we don't recognize the glorious position of Srila Prabhupada and all the Guru Parampara leading up to Nityanand Prabhu, and we don't offer our services through them, then that also becomes a neutral stage that we are neglecting. So this neglecting or becoming udasin or neutral to Nityanand Prabhu is also a kind of disrespect, and that hampers our advancement in spiritual life. So keeping this mind, we should always remember the glorious position of Lord Nityanand Balram. So now in this text, Srila Prabhupada explains Samba. The meaning of Samba is Sa plus Amba, who is very much attached to his mother. So Prabhupada writes that the name, this son Samba is so named because being a very bad child, he always lived close to his mother. Being a very bad child. So one who always lives with his mother is a bad child. The meaning is not only mother, but the meaning is if we maintain any kind of material attachments, whether towards our parents, relatives, friends, material objects, position, post, even after becoming a devotee, even after if somebody joins as brahmachari, takes sannyas also, so but still if he maintains some attachment for objects, persons, or positions, places, then that is a very bad condition of life. And in this way, one cannot develop attachment for the Supreme Lord. One cannot become fully Krishna conscious. And this fact has been explained by Sri Prahlad Maharaj in Srimad Bhagavatam. When Hiranyakashipu asked, my dear child, how you have developed such a nice Krishna consciousness? Please let me know. So Prahlad Maharaj says, that I will state later, but first you should understand why you cannot develop pure Krishna consciousness. Then he says, Matirna Krishne parato sato va mitho abhipadyet grahavratanam adanta gobhir vishatam tamishram punah punasyarvita charvananam. So Matirna Krishne, one cannot develop pure Krishna consciousness or completely favorable Krishna consciousness, as explained by Srila Rupa Goswami in the verse Anya Abhilasita Sunyam Jnana Karma Dhyanavritam Anukulena Krishna Anusilinam Bhaktir Uttama. Uttama Bhakti cannot be developed by a person who is having these two bad qualities. First is, which is explained in this verse, Grahavratanam. Grahavratanam is becoming too attached for materialistic life. Grahavratanam does not mean that living in the Grahasthashram. That is not the meaning. Grahavratanam is two kind of vrata we can take. Either we can become Grahavrati, or we can become Ashram, Brahmachari Ashram Vrati? No, Krishna Vrati. Either we can become Krishna Vratanam or Grahavratanam. Grahavratanam means remaining attached to the household affairs or materialistic way of life. Remaining attached to the sense enjoyment, attached to the objects of this material world, position, post, and people of this material world. That is Grahavratanam. And Krishna Vratanam means becoming attached for the service of Krishna, for his satisfaction. Although one may use all the material paraphernalia, although one may be a grahastha, one may live in the house with wife, children, and so many relatives, but if his intention within his heart, the intention is to engage everything for the service of Krishna, everything is meant for the service of Krishna. As Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur says, Manasa deha geha jo kichu mora arpilu tuva pade Nanda Kishore. My dear Krishna Nanda Kishore, whatever I have, my mind, body, my wife, children, geha, this home, wealth, position, this is all for your service. So if that is the case, then that is not Grahavratanam, and that person actually can develop mati in Krishna or develop Krishna consciousness. So this is first thing. So this we have to, means a person who is desirous of making spiritual advancement, a person who wants to become fully Krishna conscious, then he must shift his attachment from materialistic way of life to Krishna conscious, Krishna way of life. Keeping Krishna in the center for all the activities. Just like it's a matter of taking determination. Although we may have desires, the desires may come. That is not the problem. Like Krishna explains in Bhagavad-gita, 2nd chapter, 71 verse. Apuryamanam achala pratishtham samudramapa pravishanti yadvat tadvat kamayam pravishanti sarve sasanti mapnoti na kama kami. Although the desires may flow like rivers flows in the ocean, that may come. But apuryamanam, whose heart is fully determined, within the core of heart, a devotee who is determined that he only wants to develop pure Krishna consciousness. He only wants to serve Krishna. So although desires may come, but he does not act upon those desires. So that is also Krishna Vratanam. Like Yamunachar, he says, Yad avadi mama chitta Krishna padara vindayor navanavaraснidhamna udyatumasit tad avadi batanari sangamanismarya manum bhavati mukha vikara sustu vinamcha. So he says, so although the desires for sense gratification comes within the heart of a devotee may come because of our previous association, either in this birth or in previous birth. But if one is determined to remain Krishna Vratanam, one is determined that I want to develop full Krishna consciousness, he will not act upon it. And even if sometimes by force he becomes victim of some of the sense gratificatory activity, still he repents for that, and still he prays to the Supreme Lord and takes shelter of his lotus feet. Krishna says in 11th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam, I think 18th chapter, verse number 20, that verse is there, Jat Shraddha Mat Kathasu, Nirvinna Vairina, Jat Shraddha Mat Kathasu. But still somebody who has developed a little attraction for my Katha, my lotus feet, and still because of Anishwaro api Parityago, still he is unable to control the sense gratificatory activity and sometimes falls victim of those sense gratification. So still he should not become demotivated. What he should do? He should stand up and again he should serve. Shraddhalu Dhrina Nishchaya Tato Bhajed Mam Pritya. Still, even after that he should Bhajet, he should serve my lotus feet. Pritya, with full determination and with full confidence, and Shraddhalu Dhrina Nishchaya, with faith, and Dhrina Nishchaya, with full determination, and that gradually over the period of time all these misgivings will disappear from his heart. And that is also explained in Harinam Chintamani. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains when Haridas Thakur tells Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu about the 10 offenses of the holy name. We hear the first offense is to blaspheme a devotee who has dedicated his life for preaching the glories of the holy name. So who is the sadhu? Sadhu Ninda. Who is a sadhu? Haridas Thakur explains sadhu has one who has these kinds of qualities. Then he explains different qualities, two kinds of qualities, Tathastha Lakshan and Swarupa Lakshan. So Tathastha Lakshan means he is able to control all his senses, mind is completely peaceful, fixed up in the service of Krishna. He is Dayalu, merciful, never becomes angry, and he is well-wisher of each and every living entity. We hear all these qualities, Sadhava Sadhu Bhushanam. What is that verse? Titikshva Karunikaya, Suhida Sarvadehinam, Ajat Shatruva Santva Sadhu Sadhava Bhushanam. So these are Tataksha Lakshan or external qualities of a sadhu. But what is the internal quality? Swarupa Lakshan? Krishnayaka Saranam. He only takes shelter of Lord Krishna's lotus feet. That is the Swarupa Lakshan, the Mukhya, main quality of a sadhu. Mai anannena bhavena bhaktim kurvanti manava. Rishabdev explains the same thing. So, anyone who has taken exclusive shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna, even though apparently he may commit some acts which is not favorable, which is not expected to be performed by a sadhu, but still that person should be considered as a sadhu, and he should never be blasphemed for some of his unfavorable actions which he has not performed willingly, which has been performed because of previous anartha, samskaras. So still he should be considered sadhu. He should not be blasphemed. That is the instruction of Bhagavad-gita also. Krishna says, Api chet suduracharo bhajate mam ananya bhag. Ananya bhag, bhajate mam ananya bhag, that is exclusive. He takes exclusive shelter of my lotus feet. That means that is the Sarupa Lakshan. And even if he is suduracharo, if he sometimes if he performs a most abominable activity, he does not want to perform. It's not that he is willingly performing, but because of the force of previous samskaras, sometimes he may perform the most abominable. Still sadhu reva samantabhya. He should be considered as saintly person. He should not be blasphemed. Because Kshipram bhavati dharmatma satvat santim nigachati. Kaunteya pratijani name bhakta pranashati. He will soon become a dharmatma. Why he will become dharmatma? Because of this Sarupa Lakshan. Because he exclusively takes shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna. So that is the criteria of examining who is a sadhu or who is not a sadhu. Not the external behavior, how he speaks, how he deals, and what are his habits, what is his behavior, whether he is able to control his senses, whether he is myth-bhuk or not, whether he sleeps too much or less. These are not the criteria. These are external qualities which are required, which are favorable for making progress towards the service of Krishna. But these qualities develop gradually. But the most important quality is Sarup Lakshan. To understand, he has taken exclusive shelter of Lord Krishna's lotus feet. And that is called Krishna Vratana. That is not Graha Vratana. So when one is in this kind of consciousness, then he is not a bad child of the Supreme Lord Krishna. He is a good child, good devotee of Krishna. Good devotee, bad devotee. Devotee is never bad, but a devotee who performs service to Krishna for fulfilling his material motivation. So although Krishna's heart is very magnificent, he is very udara. He is udar, that is why he says udara sarvayate. He says, but we should not think that, okay, I am very udar dil, even if I am serving Krishna for material profits. No, that is not good. We will not be able to develop full Krishna consciousness. It will take many, many millions of births. So, remaining Krishna Vratanam means accepting, Krishna Vratanam means ready to accept anything which is favorable for developing pure Krishna consciousness, and ready to reject anything which is unfavorable for developing pure Krishna consciousness. That is the meaning of Krishna Vratanam. Just like we all fast on Ekadasi, we take Ekadasi Vrata. So on Ekadasi Vrata, even if sometimes our tongue demands, oh, we should eat something, sandwich, pizza, but still we have taken this Vrat, Ekadasi Vrat. So we forcefully refrain from eating all kinds of grains, isn't it? We only stick to the which is favorable. So similarly, even if we may have desires for this material enjoyment in this world, but still, if we take this Krishna Vratanam, that from now onwards, I am only going to accept those favorable things which are good for my progress in Krishna consciousness, and reject all those things which are not favorable for developing Krishna consciousness. Then that will help us to develop mate in Krishna. So in this way, so I shall stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. If anybody has any question or comment, please. Hare Krishna.
Hello, Hare Krishna Prabhu. I just wanted to understand why Lord Balaram was very friendly to Kauravas and Duryodhan.
So because they were his relatives. So that's why in relation also, even suppose if you have some of the relatives who are not devotees, who are completely against the principles of devotional service, it's still because you have relationship, so you will be inclined to have a friendship with them, isn't it? So this is one reason. And another, Duryodhan is an associate of Lord Balaram. So all these Kauravas, especially Duryodhan, they are acting like a stage performer for this particular pastime, but they have eternal relationship with Lord Balaram, and Balaram knows this. Yes, Mataji at the back.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, nice class. In the purport, as you were reading, you said that the meaning of Samba, right? And you also explained an angle about it, that's saying the bad child because attached to the mother. But this is just a question. You can throw some light on it. Even Mahaprabhu had some affection for Sachi Mata. He pacified her, saying that I'll be in Puri. So can you throw some light on it?
Yes, Sri
So,
Chaitanya
yeah.
Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he has his eternal relationship with Sachi Mata. Sachi Mata is not mother for this birth only. So she is eternally the mother of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in that way, we can say spiritual mother. So we can have full attachment for our spiritual mother and father. Our spiritual mother and father is Krishna. Mata Pita, Pita Aham Asya Jagato, Mata Dhata Pita Maha. Krishna explains in Bhagavad-gita. So for him, and for this, in material world, we have relative mother and father. So we can have affection, not attachment. Affection means because from them we have got this body and they have maintained us. So this is our responsibility that we connect them also to Krishna so that they may also get delivered from this material world. So this kind of affection we should have, we must have, but not attachment. Attachment will lead another birth. Again will come back. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's affection for or attachment, even attachment for her mother, his mother, that is completely spiritual. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, what was the offense Dvivida has committed towards Lakshmana in the Ramayana? Any?
Exactly, I don't know. If somebody knows, they can tell. I have only heard that he disrespected Lakshmana, and how he disrespected, I don't know the incident. But he disrespected. He was disrespectful towards Lakshmana.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So you have quoted a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam 11th canto, Jata Shraddha Mat Kathasu Nirvinna Sarva Karmasu, wherein you quoted the translation that a devotee knows that all sense gratification leads to a miserable result. He sincerely repents such activities. Before that, so I just want to ask this, that so he deliberately commits some sense gratificatory activities and then he again repents and then he again does and then he again repents, and what sort of sense gratificatory activity this may be? Can you throw light on this?
Okay. Sense gratification may be of any kind, doesn't matter, but he does not deliberately commit those kinds of sense gratification. But because of force of previous samskars, he is forced to commit those sense gratificatory activities, but he does not want. And even if we consider the case, sometimes, but that is not recommended, but sometimes even if it so happens that a devotee deliberately wants to commit sense gratificatory activity, but within his heart, he has the full conviction, no, this sense gratification is useless. My only business is somehow or other develop full Krishna consciousness, still he will be delivered. So that even if a single spark of pure desire is present in the heart of a living entity, that I am eternal servant of Krishna and my only business is to somehow or other become servant of Krishna, and because of previous upbringings or association, whatever it may be, even sometimes he is deliberately acting upon sense gratification, still he will be delivered. But for devotees who, especially who are sadhakas, who are taking initiation, so they must avoid, because these activities of sense gratification becomes a great stumbling blocks on the path of spiritual advancement. That is why Srila Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur, you must be knowing this story. That all the people, they board on a ship, and then whole night this boat man, he was trying to take the boat, but still everyone was there because langar was not removed. So this attachment is like this. So all our efforts to make spiritual advancement becomes blocked if our attachment for anything material is not removed from this path. So that understanding this Siddhanta, Tattva, a devotee deliberately tries to free himself from such kind of attachment. हरे कृष्णा, थैंक यू वेरी मच। रोजी आप ओके। हरे कृष्णा। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, समस्त गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। हरे कृष्ण। निताई गौर प्रेमानंद।